What's up? Mad Talk Sports. Welcome in, everyone. Episode 68. Drake, we're still
What's
bobbing, making
going
sure we're
on?
moving.
Yeah. Well, I was dancing to the music, It was a little catchy.
I think so. It's got a little bit of a. Did you send me a video of when I'm lagging? Yep, there it is. All right. Well, let me pull up the title for today because it is relevant. We are the Last Rants, and there's a sunset in the background. This is also the picture Drake posted for when we first started Mad Talk. And bittersweet, we will be essentially sunsetting Mad Talk, but it's not necessarily a goodbye, but a see you later. I'm going to be scaling back pretty significantly here for the foreseeable future. So what better way to go out than by playing all of our best games and just get fun shit out there.
Game day.
It really is. It is because we got
the last game of your senior season. Maybe you go play college, maybe you don't.
Maybe you say you will, but then you don't.
Yeah, D3
maybe go for a year, ride the pine, and then you're done. I don't know. We'll see. But today, at least, it's gonna be a great show because we got you Mad Bro Classic, Mad Fast might be the classic, Draft. That's just a staple, and then Off the Dome, low key is probably our best one ever. We've got a list, and we'll wrap up with a brand new segment. Yes, a new segment on the last rants, of course. It's called Empty the Clip.
Empty it. Last rant. Did you get that from The Last Dance?
Yes, sir. Thank you for seeing the connection. I almost added into the graphic Jordan doing the shrug emoji and then Ant doing the shrug emoji too. Do you see? Because he did that last game. I thought that would have been a nice touch, but I couldn't find a good picture of Ant doing that, so just stuck with us.
Who wants to see that?
Me. Well, our first thing is you mad, bro. So let's start with the Steelers, sir. Let me get the banner up real quick. You mad, bro? The Steelers wide receiver room. Period.
Period. Just the Steelers wide receiver room in general. This is the only one I'm kind of like, maybe I'm mad, but not really. I mean, I'm excited to see if Pickens can develop as a wide receiver one, but I would like to see a better wide receiver two to complement him, I guess. But
you got Scotty Miller.
Huh?
You got Scotty Miller.
Yeah, and Van Jefferson.
Yeah, and Cordell Patterson can still play receiver.
Yeah.
Calvin Austin.
I'm mad-ish. Mad and a half. Half a mad. I'm half an angry. Angry, but not hungry angry. Half angry.
Yeah. Okay, so mad-ish. Welcome to mad-ish talk. I've been talking you down about it, because you were getting pissed, dude, during the draft. You're like, oh my God, another round without a receiver. What are we doing? Yeah. But it's not awful. You guys don't have a terrible receiving core. It's just not great.
Yeah, we just don't have Roman Wilson would be a good slot, but our wide receiver two right now is Van Jefferson. That's buns.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
That is now our weak point of the team.
Yeah. Well, on the optimistic side, the Falcons under Arthur Smith, their number 2 receiver was Mac Hollins. So he did pretty well with them on that offense. It's a type of offense where you know how to use the scrubs. So watch out for whoever your number 3 tight end is.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. And in Arthur Smith's offense, the wide receiver one is usually the one that's getting all the action anyway, so.
Yeah. I'm not mad about it at all. Like I said, I was talking you down during the draft. I think it's fine. It's not a good receiver room. It's just fine.
is what it is. I mean, there were wide receivers out there that I wanted, but hindsight, we had a good draft. So,
no, there you go. Okay. Staying on the Steelers declined Najee Harris's 5th-year option. Drake, you mad?
Nah, I'm not mad about that. I mean, running backs come and go. I do like Najee, but we'll see how this year goes. I mean, you know what happens when you extend a running back. It seems like bad things happen, injuries, or they scrub out, but we're probably going to extend him mid-season, probably. There's now all the trade talks. Now it's the rumor that he's going to be traded or we're going to get rid of him, but nah, he's not going anywhere. Maybe this is the point where you see what your running back does this year. Prove it year, I guess, and either we pay him or we don't, and we're left with Jaylen Warren, which I'm also not too mad about. So,
yeah, I mean, I get it for sure, but you got to think too. Like Josh Jacobs, when he was up for a 5th-year option with the Raiders, they also didn't pick it up. He followed it up with the best year of his career. So, like, it's not uncommon. It's not unheard of for something like that. And like you said, running backs, you know what happens when you pay them. So you got to make sure you know what you're getting if you are going to.
Yeah. So not mad. I mean, I would like to see him stay, see what happens, but
yeah. I mean, I bet you he has a solid year. Well, I bet you he has a solid year.
He'll probably have 1,000 yards like he always does.
Yeah. Solid 3.8 yards carry. All right, next one. Kirk Cousins is very upset at the Falcons for drafting Michael Penix. And the other information that's come out about that since is that the reason he left the Vikings, part of it is they were very open with him that they might draft a QB. So that's why he wanted to go to the Falcons, so he could avoid that situation. However, he ended up in that situation anyways. For Kirk Cousins being mad, are you mad?
No, I mean, dude, he's mad with good reason.
Dude, you were mad at him at first. You were saying, why are quarterbacks babies?
I mean, quarterbacks are babies. It is crybaby. But maybe I am mad. I don't know. But like, what is Penix going to do? Sit behind Cousins for 4 years and then be 30 years old as a starting quarterback?
28. No, dude, he ain't sitting for 4 years, man. Come on, get out of here.
No.
Unless he stinks.
But,
that's the only way that happens.
Kirk is also the reason I am mad about it. You know what? I am. Because he's also – did you see when he went to the Falcons and he had his interview and there was just a clip of every team he's been on? He's like, I want to retire a Redskin. I want to retire a Viking. I want to retire a Falcon. Then he's going to go play for the Giants and be like, I want to retire in New York.
And then they draft a quarterback.
So, I mean, I guess the reason I had put that I'm not mad at first is because, like, I don't think it affects him much playing-wise. So, like, it shouldn't affect him much at all. But I guess I'm mad about it because, like, why are you throwing a fit about it when you know you're going to be the starter anyway?
Yeah. The counterpoint to that is, do we know he's going to be the starter? He's coming off an Achilles injury. And, like, what if he takes a while to get back and then Michael Penix is lighting it up? Like, it's possible.
I mean, then he's getting his money. They're still paying him, so.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, I hear a lot of people say is, like, he's been, like, the ultimate businessman at quarterback. Like, he's made so much money in his career, so much guaranteed dollars, even though the fact that he's been, you know, the top of the Kirk Cousins tier his whole career, which is like that 13th best quarterback type deal, like not earning, not being worth what he's gotten. So, like, you can't get that and then be upset when the business turns on you.
And it's like, it really is a business decision because, I mean, I think Penix is a good quarterback. He's not the top of the class, but taking him at, 8? That was fine.
Yeah.
Whatever, especially, like, for the future. And if he can learn behind Cousins' 2 years or whatever. I don't know what the, you guys are patting it for that, and that it works. So it's a Falcons move. Like, you're not going to be left with Kirk Cousins for the next 9 years and get 3 championships out of it. Like,
9
got to
years.
draft for the future too.
Yeah, I know. You get right. He's 35, 36 again, coming off the Achilles. So I'm not mad at the Falcons at all. I get why Kirk is, like I said to you, like I understand. Like they courted him to go there. They said, come here, don't go there, come here. We want you. Well, do you really? You only kind of want him. So I'm not upset. I'm not mad at him for being upset, but I do understand why he is mad.
And yeah, I agree. But I still think it's baby.
Well, guess we'll see how it plays out next year. But staying in football, this is the last football one for you, Mad Bro. The Cowboys have been extremely quiet this offseason, notoriously not making any signings. They did sign Zeke. Draft, they went extremely safe, essentially drafting all O linemen and no running backs. Drake, are you mad about how the Cowboys are all in this year but haven't done shit?
No, I'm happy because fuck the Cowboys.
Wow. No, right?
I mean, dude, this is the same old stuff. Every year they're all in. Every year they do nothing. The biggest move they've made, signing Brandon Cooks?
Yeah, signing Stephon Gilmore was a nice move, but it was a, around the margins type move. Like no one else really wanted him.
Yeah, and I guess it didn't really work out because Diggs got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, so something about the Cowboys is over the past, I think it's 10 years, they've drafted 12 different players who have been Pro Bowlers, which is tied for the most in the league or something like that. They draft well. They drafted Dak. They drafted Zeke. They drafted CD. They drafted Parsons. All their guys, Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, obviously he's gone now, Biotish, Travis Frederick back in the day, or not back in the day, but you know what I mean. They draft good. So this is not
drafted both the tight ends, Dalton Schultz and Ferguson, who Dalton Schultz had a good year for the Cowboys. I don't want to hear anything less. And I think Ferguson will be a fine tight end for them too. So
yeah. Yeah. No, they're I like how they draft. Yeah, for sure. So I'm not mad about it either. I think they've done the right things. They don't have money to spend. So they kind of had to work around the fringes of the roster,
And I mean, I don't really think it helps them much to go out and get who.
Yeah, I know. Everyone wanted them to get Derrick Henry, but come on.
Yeah, come on.
Let's
yeah, their running back room stinks, but you're not paying Derrick Henry.
No, you just can't. All right. Basketball time for you, Mad Bro. So your boy, Darvin Ham, was the fall guy for the Lakers, and he has been fired. You mad, bro?
No. Dude, Darvin Ham stunk. I was saying that forever. I was saying that when he got hired. So I'll stand behind it always. He stunk. Dude, how do you have 2 timeouts left? I don't remember what game it was, but they had 2 timeouts left. They're down by 1, and he's standing there with his hand in his pockets just looking at the court.
That was good impersonation. So I don't want to defend him as the coach, really, because obviously everyone questioned his rotations, and it was clear that LeBron wasn't really a big fan of him, I think. But I do feel like it's just odd to me that the Lakers have just been kind of churning through coaches in the LeBron era. It's all right, Walton, you suck, get out. Frank Vogel, thanks for the chip, get the fuck out. And then now Darvin Ham. Am I missing someone within there? But that's they're just kind of shuffling through those guys, and it's Darvin Ham, like success wise in his 2 years, conference finals, and then makes playoffs, loses defending champs. He's done fine. It's not like they're a better team that should have done better than they have.
No, I mean management is stinks, but I never was a fan of him anyway when he first came in. So
Well, you say management. Let's stay on the topic then. Lakers roster, it's stuck where it is. There's not much they can do. You've got an old ass LeBron. You're stuck with AD as your number 2 for sure. You got the D'Lo contract. Maybe you could swap that, but no one's giving you shit for D'Lo. And then you've got all these randoms around that just haven't really been working out. Austin Reeves is decent, but you're kind of limited with him. Are you mad about how they've been constructing the roster?
Yeah, 100%. Dude, that roster stinks. It's quite literally being carried to success by LeBron and half an AD.
AD did play like 70 games this year, so shout
He
out.
did. I mean, it's the most. I think it's the most he's played with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Which he played those games, but there was also plenty of games where he left early.
Fair.
Poke to an eye or something, but I won't give him the narrative of, he sucks because he can't stay healthy. But like you named a bunch of guys. That's it. You just named a bunch of guys.
Cam Reddish.
Russell stinks. He had his
Taurean Prince
flame, I guess, when the trade rumors started buzzing, and then he was good, and then all of a sudden here comes the playoffs, and it's the same D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah. I mean, for sure, dude. They've definitely grossly mismanaged the team when it comes to roster moves. Like we were going through it the other day with people that they let walk in the past like 5-6 years. You got, Brooke Lopez. You got Beasley staying on Bucks players. Let's go. And then who were we talking about the other day? Josh Hart. Obviously, that was part of the big AD trade. Same with like Brandon Ingram and Lonzo. But those are quality players that you let go.
Kyle Kuzma, Russell Westbrook trade didn't work out.
Zubac.
Yeah.
Like those are a lot of useful players. KCP. That's like the one I think the most of, like that they could use him, man. That's exactly what they're missing.
I honestly think, I asked you if that Lakers championship roster would have stayed together, do you think they'd win another one? You said no, which, that's good reason. But I think that roster is just way better than the one they have now.
Yeah. And something I heard recently that I didn't think of is that, so the Lakers that year, they beat the Nuggets in the conference finals. And they had, obviously their bigs that were AD, Dwight, and then they had JaVale still, right? As their number 3 big. Those 3 bigs, that sort of like framework is exactly what the T-Wolves are doing right now. So like maybe they would have been beating these Nuggets teams.
And right now, like their big men are AD, Christian Wood.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So we're mad about the Lakers.
Yeah. I mean, they're just the roster management has sucked, and it's all, I know it's still, well, that's LeBron's team that he wanted. Like, come on. LeBron James is not like, yeah, bring Taurean Prince over here to be my starting shooting guard.
He might be.
No.
He said, hey, yo, Rob Pelinka, get me guys that are going to stay out of my way, and that when I ask you to trade them, we can move them.
Nobody's trading for Prince either.
No. I do. Let's. To be fair, though, people were like excited about that signing last offseason.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Because that's what I would always say. There's been a lot of years like this in I'd say the late Cavs era, like post Kyrie, and then the late Lakers era post championship. A lot of moves where I'm like, I don't like these, but then the national media is like, oh, they're great. And LeBron fans are saying, oh, this team's set. We're about to go on a run. But then when it all crumbles, they say this team stinks.
Yeah, no, I've said the Lakers have stunk. And the only move I was excited about the Russell Westbrook move. I will say I was excited about that, but
that was the worst one.
Dude, I like Russell Westbrook, and I didn't think he was that bad. And then he came to the Lakers and he stunk. Really stunk it up. They let go of Pat Bev too. I forgot about that.
Right.
Yeah. That's huge. That's as stink as he is, that's huge.
He could have thrown a ball at the fans.
And get suspended for 4 games.
Surprised it wasn't more. Clip was slightly hilarious. Obviously unacceptable, but slightly. All right. Your boy, Drake, well, a couple of your boys did not win MVP, those being SJ and Luca, and you're kind of a Giannis guy. None of those guys got it. It was Jokic, not ring number 3, MVP number 3. You mad, bro?
Yes, very. I mean, we talked about it as a narrative award. It really doesn't mean anything, I guess. I mean, kind of means something, but doesn't really mean anything. And as I agree that, like, Luka should have won it, or maybe Giannis should have won it, there's 0% chance that he wins it over SGA, dude. There's not. I mean, it's 100% chance because he did, but, like, there's just not. That's not. I don't know how, and I don't know why, but
yeah, I think it was a makeup MVP.
It had to be.
Everyone thinks looking back, they're like, damn, he should have been MVP last year, not Embiid. We owe him one.
But they did that for Embiid last year because Embiid should have been it the year before.
Like, well, all right, I'm struggling to keep track of this. So he stole it from him, and then he stole it from him, and he stole it from him. All right, SGA, you're not qualified this year. Sorry.
And
man, that was my preseason pick for MVP, man. Like that was pretty good.
And it was, and he should have won.
Yeah.
Who did I pick? Luka?
You might have.
Probably Luka.
I think you picked Jokic, actually. I have it written somewhere. But I'm pretty sure you and Kyle had the same pick.
I probably went with the betting favorite of Jokic.
Maybe.
But I guarantee you.
Let me pull it up. Found it. All right. So Kyle had Jokic, you had Jokic, and I had SGA. Okay.
I guarantee you in the episode, though, I probably said that I would pick SGA.
I'm just telling you what it is.
No, I know. I like I said, I probably went Jokic because I just probably knew it was going to be him.
You want to know what's embarrassing, though?
What?
All of our finals picks. Kyle, Celtics over Lakers, Lakers out in the first round. You, Thunder over Bucks, Bucks out in the first round.
Yeah, but I didn't pick the Thunder.
Worst one coming. Bucks over Suns, both out in the first round.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I was feeling the Suns, man.
And you guys looked at me. Well, yeah, you guys looked at me absolutely crazy for saying the Thunder. Oh, Drake's pick doesn't matter. Blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about the Bucks and the Celtics here. Yeah, look who the Thunder are.
No, I hear you, dude. But they're defying expectations, man. Like I had them.
Not my expectations.
Okay, fine. They're defying history. How about that? A team that like had no playoff success, didn't bring in a bunch of free agents or anything, and all of a sudden just goes from fringe playoff team to the number 1 seed, potentially going to the conference finals. We'll see how the series goes, but that just doesn't happen. Yeah,
I expected this.
All right, Drake.
But they do got to get past, both series are wide open still. So,
yeah, I wouldn't call the Nuggets T-Wolves wide open. It's not over, but
no, yeah, it's not. It's definitely not wide open, but the Nuggets still can win.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there.
Don't see it though at all.
Oh, Cavs are up on the Celtics right now, going into the 4th.
Oh.
All right, last one for you, Mad Bro, is Gobert, Depoy, Wemby, not.
And this is something we also talked about. Spurs defense and the Spurs were just awful. Yeah. And the Timberwolves were the best defense in the league. So,
yeah.
I mean, he won rookie. Not too mad about it because, again, narrative. So you look at it as – you don't look at it as, oh, Wemby had some of the best defensive stats ever. You look at it as Spurs stunk. Timberwolves were good. Gobert had good stats. Got to go here.
Yeah, I mean, Gobert deserved it,
Yeah.
I think it's I think I said this. I don't know if I said it to you. It might have been talking to someone else, but this is the last year that anyone's going to win it besides Wemby for like the next 3 or 4. Like Wemby is about to own this award for a little while.
100%. And I'll go on record and say that I was completely wrong about him, but I did need to see it before I could hop on board. And I seen it, and he's a beast.
He's dog too, you know.
If he gets a few rings, he's going to be one of the best players ever.
I think he's got that potential for sure, dude. So I don't know.
My biggest reservation was him staying healthy, and he stayed healthy all year. So I watched that man completely roll an ankle and get up and play the next 24 minutes.
Yeah, he does seem kind of like nimble. I don't know if that's the right word, but flexible. I don't know, something like that. Like
plastic.
No,
literally an alien,
rubber,
maybe
rubber. He's
rubber.
Like rubber, you know?
Yeah,
fluid.
Literally an alien.
Yeah, literally. Hey, we had that episode, Kings and Aliens, month or two back. All right, well, that's it for you, Mad Bro. Next up would be the return of Mad Fast, and I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have like 15. I have plenty.
Plenty. Let's get it rolling.
Okay. All right. So, Drake, these are for you. And it's going to be kind of like basketball centric, and then it'll be football centric. So, starting with basketball, and some of these have like a little preface. So I'll give you some, set the stage before I ask your question. But you know the rules. Mad fast. No. Let me think this through. They got this person. No. So, first one. The older generation of basketball is sitting at home while the new is making a run at the throne. Are LeBron, KD, Steph, and Kawhi done winning chips?
Yes.
Whoo, I agree. Jalen Brunson.
They team up.
Okay. Jalen Brunson is on a historic run. Is he now the best point guard in the game?
No.
Who is?
See, you said I couldn't think about it. Now, if I think about it, maybe I'll say yeah.
No, you wouldn't. He's not better than Curry. He's not better than SGA.
Oh, duh. He's not better than SGA. No. He could be better than Steph. Right now, we got to stop looking at what happened 4 years ago.
Steph's still.
Would I take Jalen Brunson right now? Yes.
Interesting. All right. The Pacers are obviously having a nice season with various contributors. Do you give more credit to Tyrese Halliburton or the coach, Rick Carlisle?
Coach.
Absolutely. Celtics were cooking the Cavs. Now, obviously, it's a game. Are the Celtics a lock to win the East?
Yes.
Bucks and Suns microwave super teams failed. Who's in more trouble moving forward?
Suns.
I would agree. Speaking of the Bucks, should they stick with Doc?
No.
Damn. Will LeBron retire a Laker?
Dude, I don't know. I have no idea. I can't answer this question.
We have conviction.
I can't answer this question.
Wow. Will LeBron win another ring?
I can't answer that question.
You already said no earlier. Boom. Trapped. Lawyered. And I said the older generation.
I mean, you have to see who LeBron teams up with, man. If he's on the Lakers for the rest of his career, 0% chance, negative 50% chance.
Who's more likely to win MVP next year, SGA or Ant?
Anthony Edwards.
Long pause. All right. Okay. So that was it for basketball that I had written down, but I did just actually think of some that I could list off real quick. Who ends up with more MVP awards when it's all said and done? Jokic or Ant?
Anthony Edwards.
Ooh, that means he's got at least 4 in him.
At least 4. What is he, 23?
22.
22?
Dog.
He's got 4 in him. But I don't know with this narrative award, you know what I'm saying? LeBron should have 8.
Okay. All right, we're switching to the NFL. Now, these next ones are all going to be...
Hold on, you said you had a couple more, and you just had 1.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, all right, NFL.
Switching to NFL, this first group is going to be who's more likely to make the playoffs, this or that, okay? Colts or Jags?
Wait, what?
Colts or Jags?
Colts.
Ooh. Chargers or Bengals?
Bengals.
Bills or Jets?
Jets.
Seahawks or Cowboys?
Cowboys.
Bears or Packers?
Packers.
Bucks or Falcons?
Falcons.
All right.
Not confident in that one.
Steelers or Ravens?
The Ravens.
Steelers or Bengals?
The Steelers.
Ooh. Steelers or Browns?
Steelers.
Steelers or Packers?
Packers.
Okay. All right. Now, who will win in the NFL next year? Who will win the MVP?
CJ Stroud.
Okay. Defensive Player of the Year. TJ Watt.
Hands down.
No, he's gonna get smoked.
It'll I don't know. Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Micah Parsons, one of those three. Finalists every year. Who knows who it's gonna go to, right?
Yep. Super Bowl champions.
Ravens.
Ho ho!
Picked them last year too, though.
Me too. All right. Who is your favorite quarterback in the league today?
CJ Stroud.
Running back in the league today?
Najee Harris.
Wide receiver in the league today?
George Pickens.
Oh my God. You are lying, dude. You are lying.
No. Receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay. Pass rusher. Besides Steelers.
Myles Garrett.
I like that. Cornerback.
Jalen Ramsey.
Okay, that's a surprising one. Safety besides Minka.
I don't know if I can name you a safety besides Minka.
He's the only one.
Huh?
Said he's the only one.
I wasn't kidding.
Oh, okay.
Give me one.
No, Derwin James.
Oh, I guess.
Xavier McKinney.
Oh, I guess.
I guess.
I don't really pay attention to that position unless it's Minka Fitzpatrick.
Oh, okay. I hear you. All right. That was all I had listed. Let me see if I can think of one more.
Offensive lineman.
Favorite offensive lineman?
Zach Martin.
Okay. Tight end.
Mark Andrews.
Not Travis Kelce.
I like Mark Andrews.
Okay. All right. Top 5 favorite Steelers of all time. Basically off the dome.
Well, Killer Bees, Hines Ward, Troy Polamalu.
Okay. That's a pretty good look. You got to have TP on there. No James Harrison, bro?
He's a very close. See, if I could hold it against Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell for what they did, I can't because of what they gave us. But if I could hold it against them, then it would be James Harrison. And Clint Edwards up there.
Let me give you your real favorite 5. All right. Mason Rudolph, Rashard Mendenhall.
Oh, yeah. He's up there.
Duck Hodges.
Yep.
Cortland Sutton. Cam Sutton.
Cam Sutton.
And who else do you hate? I don't know. Those are really the only Steelers you've actively hated, I feel like. Oh, Matt Canada. Not a player. But,
you could put Kenny Pickett up there too.
Oh, wow.
Fuck
How quickly you turned on him.
Dude, I have a lot of Heath Miller.
Oh, true. Underrated one too. Let me turn a light on. Dark. That didn't do shit. All right.
Can't go wrong with the bus.
Nice.
Dude. Yeah. Yeah. Who's your top 5 favorite Packers of all time?
Favre and Rodgers have to be locks, right?
Yeah.
Reggie White, James Jones.
Oh.
And then the last one is a tough one, dude. I loved Driver for sure.
I was just gonna say, feel like you gotta have him.
But I feel like I'm light on. I feel like I'm missing someone on defense though. Charles Woodson's up there for sure. Man, I could go on.
Well, pick one: Charles Woodson or Driver. Who's going in your 5th spot?
I gotta go Woodson, dude. I gotta. No. Check that. Leroy Butler. Sorry.
Oh, even better.
No, yeah. Inventor of the Lambo Leap. Fun fact.
Didn't know that.
Okay, well, do you have anything else for Mad Fast before we skip over to the draft?
I don't think so.
All right. Okay, well, today's draft is going to be NBA playoff edition with who's left, making a starting 5.
Are we point guard?
You don't have to go in order of that, but yeah, try to make it like a real starting 5.
Okay.
So
with a 6-man or what?
We can go with 6-man.
Fuck a coach. I'm not picking a coach.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't draft any of these coaches that are in the.
Yeah, you would.
I mean,
Dagnall on Thunder or Malone for the Nuggets or Finch for the T-Wolves. What about Thibodeau? All right, you got first pick.
I got first pick.
Yep.
Well, this stinks. Anthony Edwards.
Okay, so you got Ant as your number 1 pick.
What, shooting guard?
Yep. I'm gonna go. I gotta go Jokic.
Oh,
and snake pick, buddy. So.
Well, yeah, always. Well,
I'm gonna go Luka.
Oh, well, that stinks.
I'm gonna have the size.
Well, then I guess I'm gonna go with Shea.
Figured. Obviously. You got the guards.
But then I gotta go with. This is gonna be a sleeper pick, but I think he's having a very good playoff. So power forward, we're gonna lock in Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay. I'm gonna shore up my wing with a 2-way player. I'm gonna go with Tatum. And I still need a point guard. I'm going with Brunson.
Well, then I'm gonna go with a 6-man, and I'm gonna bring Kyrie off the bench.
Oh, jumping straight to the 6th man. All right. So right now you've got SGA, Ant, Cat, Kyrie off the bench.
Yeah. And then actually I will move actually, yeah, I'll move Cat to center and I'll put Siakam at power forward.
Okay. I mean, going a little light. All right, so you still got to get one more starter once you're up again. I'm missing 1 starter and 1 bench. So let's see my last picks. I want to make sure I'm not disrespecting anybody by not picking them. So let's think about it a little bit real quick. Let's kind of like I'm gonna go a little little off the board here and take. I'm going to take Chet, dude. I'm going to take Chet.
See, I was going to go that route, but I should have done that. Yeah.
Well, you got one, or I got one more pick still. Okay. My sixth man. Oh, this is tough. Someone's getting left off that doesn't deserve to be left off. So I need someone off the bench that can create some offense, and I need some playoff experience too. I need some championship pedigree. Give me Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray. Nice. I like it.
You want to hear some options of who's left to help you brainstorm?
I got a list. But sure. Maybe I got someone who's not on here. I know who I want to put here.
You got Jaylen Brown. Kind of surprised that he lasted this long, but it's tough, tough list right here. You got Drew Holiday still. You got Derek White and Porzingis and Donovan Mitchell. And I wouldn't really put anyone else on the Cavs in consideration. If you want a hustle guy, go some Josh Hart action. Otherwise, Halliburton still hasn't been picked, but you got too many guards, dude. And then on the other side of the equation, you got Jalen Williams. Got to give some respect to J-Dub. And who else am I missing here?
Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Well,
you need a wing.
What I'm going to do, there's two I was deciding from. And in order to keep up with, Siakam's going to get bounced around again. He's going to go up to my small forward, and Porzingis is going to go to my power forward.
That was a good call. You needed some length.
I was going to go with Jaylen Brown, but I don't need him.
No, you don't. So your final lineup then is you got SGA and Ant as your guards. You got Siakam and Kristaps as your forwards, basically,
or
Cat.
Yeah,
and then put
Cat probably
5.
Yeah,
and then you got Kyrie off the bench. I got Brunson and Luka reunited as my guards. I got JT and Chet for some length on the wing. I got Jokic in the middle to anchor it down, and I got Jamal Murray off the bench.
You know what?
Of a series.
Huh?
So this would be a hell of a series.
I was just going to say, as much as I thought you would wipe the board with me 4-0, I think this goes to 7.
Oh.
The way Shea and Ant are playing, dude.
I know, and I don't got a defensive guard to put on them. I almost went Drew just to have that option.
I think this would that'd be a good series.
See the
Kyrie off the bench. Kyrie's hooping right now.
I know he is. Yeah, I know. At first, I was like, man, I'm building a squad here. But the thing is, you got such an advantage with the athleticism at guard.
Cat's been having a good playoffs too. Let's be real.
Yeah, he's living up to his claim of being the best big man shooter ever.
I think it'd be a good series.
I think so too. I like it. All right. Well, that's it for the draft for the NBA playoff edition. Now we go to the classic Off the Dome.
Classic. Dude, this game
goes in the Hall of Fame.
Great game.
Great name.
Great name.
Great name. Great game.
Great name. Great game.
Well, Drake, you said you had 2 for me. So, I mean, if that is it back to back, they go together, or
they do go together.
Okay, so then we'll do one at a time, like we normally do. Then treat it just like it's a normal one.
They go together, but it would be 2. It's 2 separate.
Yeah, I hear you.
You'll know when I ask them.
Well, then I'll start with you. All right.
I'll go.
Yeah. So let me get a timer up here.
Hopefully it's literally not as hard as
last time.
Last time.
What was that again? Top 10 3-point shooters.
Yeah. And it was like people that, yeah.
All right. So this one, you should be able to get a fair amount of them, I think. And let me just preview it with this does not count. This is the NBA. This does not count players like from the 50s. This doesn't count anyone back then. And it doesn't count the Bill Russell Celtics. So like none of like the super old part of the league. Now, Drake, your question is off the dome, top 10 players with the most rings, not counting, the 70s and earlier when it comes to the Celtics and the 50s teams. Go.
Well, obviously you got Mike. This is probably Steve Kerr.
Yep.
Probably Scotty.
Yep.
This is not count Russell?
Correct.
Oh. Is Magic on there? What's Magic got? 5?
He's there. Yep. You got 4 so far.
The Kobe's up there?
Yep. You've got 5.
Bron's got 4. He up there?
Nope.
4 doesn't count?
Nope. 20 seconds.
So Tim Duncan. He's got
Tim
5.
Duncan. Yep. So you're at 6. The rest of them are a little harder. 8, 7.
No Kareem?
Kareem.
Too old? Oh, Kareem?
Yep. And time. All right. So list top down. Number 1, Robert Horry. Everyone forgets about him. He has 7.
Okay.
So 1. Then there's a 3-way tie at 6, which you got all of them. Kareem, Jordan, Pippen. Then there's a massive tie at 5. Magic you got. Rodman you missed. Kerr you got. Kobe you got. Derek Fisher. You didn't get Derek Fisher. And then you got Duncan. There are 2 other people tied for there, but no one would have guessed them, Ron Harper and Michael Cooper. So, yeah, those are the ring counters. We're chasing rings right now. So I was trying to think what to do. And when I first looked at this list, it was just straight Celtics from like the Bill Russell teams. And I'm like, well, this is stupid.
I was going to say, dang, there's a lot of 5s.
Yeah, it's kind of.
You'd have Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq.
Tony Parker.
LeBron.
Steph.
D-Wade got 3. Steph's got 4, yeah.
Clay's got 4. Manu's got 4.
Yep. Yeah, man. Then you got like the Larry Birds who have like 3, I want to say. So yeah. Okay. All right. Bring it on.
All right. Well, so mine is a 2-parter. And the first one is, let me get a timer. And I'll do it on my phone. We're NBA here again, why not? It's NBA season. We got 1 minute. That's how much you gave me, right?
Yep.
Oh, all right. So the first question is off the dome. Name the current 10 longest NBA championship droughts. Ready, go.
Pacers.
Pacers is 1.
Nets.
That's
Knicks. Hornets. Pelicans.
Hornets is not on there.
Oh, because they probably have never won any. Jazz. Rockets. Nope. Wizards got to be 1.
Wizards.
Kings. Blazers.
You're missing 3.
Magic.
Nope.
Hawks.
Okay. Missing 2. You got 5 seconds.
Timberwolves.
Nope. There's some longer. And that's a minute. You missed the Suns and the Clippers.
Interesting.
But you got the other ones. So now, to piggyback off of that, you already kind of said it. Name the teams that have never won a championship, but the Thunder don't count because they won the Sonics. So there's 10 teams that have never won a championship. Go.
Timberwolves.
Yep.
Nets.
Yep.
Pelicans.
Yep.
Kings.
Nope.
No. Did I say Nets? I already said Nets.
Yep. There's one that you guessed, but they just haven't been around long enough. You said the Pacers. Yep. Hornets. Yep. Think of new teams.
I'm trying to think who is new. Oh, shoot, dude.
The 2 teams you missed. I'll give that hint to you.
I don't know what that means.
8 seconds.
Damn, dude. I'm stumped right now.
Time. Suns and the Clippers.
Oh. Why did they come on that other list then?
And the Jazz you missed, and the Magic and the Grizzlies.
So all the teams, except for the Grizzlies, all the teams I guessed last time.
Yeah. That's why I said they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But
damn. What I got 4?
You didn't get Grizzlies, Magic, Clippers, Suns. You didn't get Jazz and Nets?
No, I did say Nets. I said Nets like 3 times.
So you just didn't say Jazz.
Yeah. Damn it, I knew that.
You got 5.
Okay, I'll take it. All right, that was fun. Like off the dome.
Me too.
All right, now it's we've got a list. Top 10 NFL teams heading into next season. I don't think we're going to agree on several of these. Just putting that out there.
No.
So, as per usual, we go bottom up.
Bottom up.
Yep. 10.
10. You want me to go first?
I'm going to break it this time.
You break it.
I don't think you're going to put them. And I think you might have some contention to it. The Chargers.
No.
Yes. They got some weapons on the O-line now. I'm telling you right now, dude, I am telling you, the Chargers are going to be legit this year. Not legit contending, but
I would put them bottom 25.
What? Like 25 or worse?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Well, I knew you weren't going to put them. I love the direction they've gone, even though they're much worse on paper. I think they're going to be much better on the field.
I mean, I respect it. You like the Chargers. So
yes. No. There's some method to the madness. I guarantee you their run game, even though they don't have like a, flash
running back at all
anymore, they got Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, but they brought in Greg Roman from the Ravens historical OC with Lamar when they were a running team. So they're going to run the ball well, and Jim Harbaugh teams do that. And they got a strong O-line nowadays, and I bet you their defense will improve. And they got Justin Herbert. So I just feel really good about the Chargers. Chargers at 10.
Okay.
Who you got?
I mean, I respect it. Now, are you going to agree with me? No. But guess what? I don't care. And I'm fine with it. Because guess what?
Oh, my God.
They will be the 10th best team in the league for sure.
Do you have a jersey on?
Huh?
Do you have a jersey on for it? Come on.
Well, I don't have a jersey on, but Pittsburgh Steelers, man.
See, I knew it. I knew you were going to do it. And I don't hate you for it, but I knew you were going to do it. And I knew you were going to put them only at 10 because even you can't put them higher.
I can't put them higher than 10. But you know what? To be good, they said we needed a quarterback.
Yeah.
We went from Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, and Mitchell Trubisky to Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. That's a major upgrade.
Mr. Unlimited.
To be good, they said we needed an offensive line. We went out and we have studs across the field. To be good, they said we needed a linebacker, so we got Patrick Queen, one of the best middle linebackers in the league.
To be good.
And Peyton Wilson, who was one of the best linebackers in the draft. To be good, they said we needed a corner. We got Dante Jackson. To be good, we needed an OC, so we got Arthur Smith. We did all the things that they said we needed to be good, but now we're not good enough.
And you traded away the dropper.
We traded away the dropper. And the backwards runner. I like him, but, he never did run north to south. It was east to west or south. Never north.
It's unfortunate.
But, like I said, we did everything that we needed to be good, they said, and that wasn't good enough.
I hear you, dude.
Top 10, dude.
I hear you, dude. You just missed my top 10. I probably would have had you at like 12.
And I respect that.
Good. All right. Who edged out your hometown Steelers?
The Jets.
Okay. I like it.
Jets at 9. Like the roster. Defense is star-studded. And if they get A-Rod back, 9. But I couldn't put him higher than 9 because we didn't get to see anything with A-Rod. So this is a brand new season, basically. This is basically what we said was going to be last year,
That's fair.
And he's a year older, coming off an Achilles. Same with Kirk Cousins,
Yeah.
But I think obviously if he plays even well enough, he's not going to be Aaron Rodgers. I can tell you that. But if he plays well enough, better than Zach Wilson, then
it's a pretty low bar.
That's a pretty low bar.
Yeah, I like your pick of the Jets, so you ain't gonna get any arguments from me. Number 9 is where I got the LA Rams. So 10 and 9 are both LA for me. Now the Rams, it's a little tricky. They obviously lost a legend in Aaron Donald, but I like the other moves that they've made. I like the idea of a Puka Nacua Cooper Kupp combo, potentially like, holy shit, say that 5 times fast. Puka Nacua Cooper Kupp combo. Something there, dude. I like the idea of that combo. And obviously Stafford, we know how he is when he's healthy. They fixed the O-line last year. And not only that, Kyren Williams, we know is a dog, but then they got, what's his name? Corum, right? The Michigan running back. They drafted him in the second or third round. So that gives them a little bit of an element to where if Kyren does get dinged, their run game doesn't disappear. And I like the edge rushers that they drafted out of Florida State too. So overall, I like the Rams. I like their coaching staff, and I think they'll continue to be a good team.
I respect the Rams.
Number 8, I don't think you're going to agree with this one. The 49ers. Regression incoming.
That's fine. You don't have anything else to say?
Regression incoming.
That's it? Got it.
Dirty pumpkin season incoming.
You said that last year.
I did. But I all the same reasons why like last year I was a little like lukewarm on them of like, all right, historically they got a lot of injured guys with like Kittle and McCaffrey and Debo especially. So that's all still true. But it's just the vibes are off with that receiving core too, man, with Brandon Ayuk requesting a trade and them drafting a receiver. It doesn't seem like they're totally happy with Debo. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like how many years can you like use your head to bang a nail into the wall and not get a headache and stop it? Like you only get close so many times before the team kind of like, falls apart a little bit. So I do think this is going to be a step towards that. They're still a really awesome football team, but I don't expect them to be the class of the NFC.
I respect it. I like it. What are we on? 8?
Yep.
I did put the Dolphins here.
Oh, okay.
They hired Anthony Weaver, DC, which I think is huge for them. I'm not going to rave about Odell Beckham or anything like that, but every year their offense is good.
Yeah.
Can't deny it. Adding Odell, whether he has only 400 yards, that he's still fast, and they still have the fastest offense in the league. So I think they're going to do what they do. They're no title contender, but I think they're going to be the eighth best team in the league.
That's fair. That's a legitimate argument, and you didn't even get to all the bills that they took. Jordan Poyer, like they did lose Christian Wilkins. I am concerned about that because he was like centerpiece of that defense.
But I think Anthony Weaver has success with getting the most out of defensive linemen.
That's fair.
I mean, be able to cope.
Yeah,
maybe not manage, but they'll be able to cope.
Okay. That was 8.
Yeah. So 7. I have the Green Bay Packers.
Okay. Number 1.
I wanted to go a little higher, but
I hear you, man. I think that's probably where most people would put them. 7 or 8,
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go in detail when I say them. So
yeah, I think they really. They did revamp the staff, but I just think they'll be good.
Yeah. You won't get any
argument.
That's
a very low. I don't think that's their ceiling. I think that's the floor.
I like that. I like the sound of that. Okay, Drake, go off. Number 7 is where I got the Jets. All the reasons you said. I'm just a little bit more confident that A-Rod is going to be, kind of back to being a good quarterback. And even if he's not, he's going to be better than Zach Wilson, like we talked about. And I like the moves that they made this offseason. Like, they went hard on the O-line. And then they brought in Mike Williams, which obviously doesn't hurt. Maybe he won't be healthy. We don't know. But it doesn't hurt to have him, even if you only have him for 8 games. And they retained most of the defense. They basically swapped out Huff for Reddick. So, I like that overall. It's pretty even split, I'd say, in that trade. And I thought they had a good draft, an underrated pick. They took Braylon Allen, running back out of Wisconsin. I kind of like that too, assuming he makes the team and everything like that. So I like the Jets. I really do. 7.
I like it. They also re-signed Chuck Clark, who
they traded from last year.
He was injured last year, so
yeah, I like it. Number 6 is where I'm clocking in the Detroit Lions. I went back and forth with them between 5 and 6. I landed at 6. I really like their offseason overall. I think they're going to be at least as good as they were last year. But I also was one of the people last year who didn't think they were quite elite. They were good, not great, in my opinion, even though they should have gone to the Super Bowl. But I like the team overall. It's kind of hard to poke holes. They address the secondary. They should be good there. But 6 is where I got the Lions.
Can't put anyone in your division higher than that.
Fuck no.
Yeah. 6. So the 6 is where I put the 49ers.
Oh, so you're not that far behind me.
No, they lost Eric Armstead.
Yeah.
I think I think Brock Purdy is better than you give him credit for. I think that 6th best team in the league is probably where that can lead them.
Fair. So. Another underrated factor is how is Dre Greenlaw going to look post Achilles?
Yeah. Which is huge because that's a big piece.
Right. And Hufunga's coming off an injury from last year too. Who knows? Who you got at 5 then? Let's start off your top 5.
At number 5, I went back and forth here with them for 4 and 5. But I edged out number 4 over them. So 5, I got the Eagles.
Okay.
For the same what we did last year when they made all their moves, they have the best draft, which they did. They got the best 2 corners in the draft, which is crazy.
At least 2 of the best 3.
Yeah. They hired a new DC, old DC.
Well, kind of. They got what's his name? Oh my God, I know his name. He was the Dolphins coordinator last year. He used to be the Bears coordinator. He was the head coach of the Broncos at one point. Why am I blanking on his name?
Vic Fangio.
Yes, there we go. Vic Fangio, dog. And they hired more at OC, so theoretically.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a good move. They're all good. They're going to hang around and be good. Number 5.
Yeah, I like it, dude. My number 5. So I said no way anyone in our division could be top 5. Green Bay Packers, baby, top 5. Let me tell you about it. So obviously everyone knows how we ended the season. And you mentioned like changes with the coaching staff. Joe Barry is gone. Enter Jeff Halfley, and I am very high on him. But it's a lot of the moves we made in addressing our core weaknesses. Like you talked about Steelers, we brought in X. Xavier McKinney is going to be the best safety we've had in, 5+ years at least. And we didn't stop there. We went and got Javon Bullard, the top-rated safety in the draft out of Georgia. I like that. Not to mention if we potentially hit on Evan Williams, who we took later in more like a 4th, 5th round. But I like that overall. We're retaining our corners, which I felt was a good group if they're under the right DC, with Ja. Hopefully Stokes can come back. Nixon's underrated. I like the 7th round rookie. Yes, I'm talking about 7th round rookie, Kalen King. I think he went to Penn State. But Sauce, specifically, tweeted out before anyone had drafted him, saying how he was, people were sleeping on him. So that's part of why I like him. We addressed our linebacker position in the draft, where we got essentially the top-rated middle linebacker in Edgerrin Cooper, right in the middle, to add another athlete with Quay. D-line we didn't have anything to do with. O-line we drafted, getting Jordan Morgan, so I like that. And we got someone later from Duke for the center position. I like Marshawn Lloyd, dude, as the running back out of USC. I really like that move. And we're retaining everyone else. And last year we were the youngest team in 50 years, and this year we're younger. So it's crazy, dude. I love it. I think the Packers are going to be really dangerous.
You didn't even mention Josh Jacobs.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, yeah, because I got to be consistent. I think him and Jones are very close. I think personally I was always a little bit higher on Jones. But at this point in their career,
because he was a Packer.
Yeah.
It's who's ever on the Packers, you're going to edge out just a little bit. But, dude, Josh Jacobs is better than Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is good. Once upon a time, I traded him in fantasy for Christian McCaffrey.
Dang.
Christian McCaffrey ended up getting hurt and only playing 8 games. But hindsight, I've seen Aaron Jones, but
well, you're also in 20 fantasy leagues a year, so you've probably traded everyone.
I think it was before that.
Okay. All right. Well, you had the Eagles at 5. I have the Eagles at 4. Everything you said, obviously, I don't even think you mentioned Saquon. That's obviously a huge move. It hurts to lose Kelsey, but they still have a good O-line. I think Hurts will be better than he was last year down the stretch. And, good wide receivers out there, good tight end. Hopefully he's healthy this year. And Goddard, last year he had the broken hand or whatever, where he missed a good chunk of the year. I think Jalen Carter is going to really emerge as a dog this year. And yeah, man, those 2 corners to pair with the 2 they already had is going to breed some competition. And they got CJ Gardner-Johnson back too to help out the safety position. I feel like I'm missing one more move they made like that, but I like where their team's headed. I'm not a big Sirianni guy. We've talked about that, but this is a really good team, and they've got good coordinators again.
I like it. I mean, the only reason that I didn't put him higher or I didn't put him at 4 is because 4 is where I put the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, that's what I expected out of you.
It was a flip flop. I was going back and forth, but ultimately, what led me to put the Lions at 4, they kept their coordinators, man.
Yeah, they did.
They kept the coaching staff. They kept everything, and they did just improve.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not going to go into too much depth because you did go into depth, but they had a strong foundation, and all they did was build on it.
Yep.
Corner was their weakest point. They addressed that.
Yep.
So,
yeah, they went and got Carlton Davis, and they traded up to take a corner as well
from Alabama.
Yeah, was that Kool-Aid?
Who's a dog? No,
or they got the other one, Arnold.
The other guy,
Arnold or Mitchell? Kool-Aid went to the Saints, didn't he?
They drafted 2 corners who were pretty good. They drafted Rakestraw.
Okay.
And Arnold. Rakestraw and Arnold.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they got better. Undoubted, no doubt about it. And they're going to be a tough team to beat for sure. So that was your number 4?
Yeah. And
How much you want that we have the same top 3?
Maybe not in the same order, but maybe.
I know we have the same 3 teams.
Yeah. But
3.
Something else about the Lions, dude, they were 1 game away from the Super Bowl.
They were like a couple of plays from the Super Bowl.
And should have went. So
yeah,
I don't know.
True.
But yeah. Is it my turn again?
Yeah, 3, I think.
Okay. 3. I went with the Texans.
Same.
Okay. 2.
Let's talk about the Texans a little bit.
Okay. All right. I'd established that. What was the mad fast question you asked?
MVP.
Oh, MVP, CJ Stroud. Favorite quarterback, CJ Stroud. They added Mixon. They added Stephon Diggs. I don't know. Huh?
They added Danielle Hunter on defense, dude.
They did. CJ Stroud's taking a leap.
Tank Dell coming back from injury.
They already won a playoff game.
Yep. A year better. They retained their coordinators. Theoretical second-year jump for Stroud. Second-year jump for Tank Dell. Second-year jump for Will Anderson. It's a good team. Now, they are in a tough division, so life could be pretty hard for the Texans, but
could be. Nico Collins is good.
Yep.
The offensive line is good. I think they beefed the offensive line too.
And it was already a strong unit too.
Yep. Adding Joe Mixon is huge. I like Joe Mixon. That's going to be huge for them. Yeah, dude, I don't know. And I'm already high on Stroud, so.
Right. Yeah, and obviously they got D'Amico, who's a good defensive head coach, and then you've got Bobby Slowick, who is emerging as a top coordinator in the league.
Dude, last year their coaching staff was great.
Yeah.
Just to build on it.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna be a good team. It's crazy.
We probably do have the exact same top 3.
Because the number 2 is the Ravens.
No.
Oh, you have 2 as the Chiefs?
I have 2 as the Chiefs.
Whoa. I mean, they did lose Snead.
They did. And I mean
Hollywood and drafted what's his name? Worthy.
Oh, they did. They did. I forgot they signed Hollywood. But Rashee Rice is going to be suspended.
That's true. I'm also thinking about like he's not going to be suspended for the year, dude. He's coming back.
That's true. They kept their DC too.
Yeah, Spags isn't going anywhere. But
I mean, obviously, how can I take the Super Bowl champs with Mahomes and put them at 2?
No, I hear you, dude.
But
I thought about the Ravens because the Ravens, they were the better team last year. The Chiefs beat them and fair and square, but the Ravens were the better team. They just choked.
Yep. And completely ran away from their run game.
Yep.
Which you can't do that this year when you have Derrick Henry.
No. And like, dude, Nate Wiggins, the cornerback they got in the first round, bet you he ends up being the best corner in the draft.
Dude,
guaranteed.
He's a stud.
This is what they do, man.
He's a stud.
When I saw it, I was like, how do we keep letting this happen?
I text you as soon as the pick came in, and I was like, why did our division stay out of our division? Like, if you're not going to come to us, go somewhere else.
Well, because like you guys obviously got Patrick Queen from them this offseason. So, that hurts them a little bit. But all they did was replace him with a Patrick Queen level player at a different position. Because that's the same thing. It's like when they got Patrick Queen, I was like, man, how did people let him fall to him? I felt like it was obvious that guy was a dog. Same thing with Kyle Hamilton. Same thing back in the day with like Suggs and Lewis. Like, how do they always hit on first round players? And they retained Justin Matabuke. Is that his name? Yeah. Like, that defense is still going to be good. And that offense is only going to be better, like you said, plus another year in the system. Zay Flowers will be another year better. Mark Andrews will be healthy this year, theoretically. The run game
lost weight. Do you see that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
205.
Yeah. So I have them at 2, but now I'm just geeking out over them, especially because of Nate Wiggins, dude. I just, man.
Dude, Nate Wiggins, like,
watch in 5 years, he's the best corner in the league.
Dude, if we didn't draft Fautano, I think is how you pronounce his name, Nate Wiggins has to be the way we go. And I'm happy with what we did, but like, dude, Nate Wiggins can be a stud.
He is going to be
a degrees.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so mad about like the Ravens too, man. Dude, they just got.
They did Ravens things. They got better when they didn't need to.
Yeah.
Super Bowl contention. I'll probably pick them again this year.
I probably will too.
Even though
we'll beat them though.
You will, and then you'll lose to some scrubs.
Yeah.
That's just what you guys do. All right. Last thing today on episode 68 is Empty the Clip, which here is essentially where we go rapid fire on takes that we want to put out there. Since this is, our last chance, at least for now, on our last rants. So I only have a couple here, not a ton. But do you have any prepared?
Dude, I couldn't think of any.
I know it's a little hard on the spot. Like, man,
I was like, what do I want to do? Say LeBron James is the greatest player of all time? Everybody knows that I think that. I've said that before,
Okay.
So I don't know.
Let me. I'll give you mine then.
All right.
So, first one, I was thinking of this during the Bucks Pacers series. Chris Middleton, his number 22 is going to get retired by the Bucks. I don't think there's a debate there because he's number 2 in games played as a Buck, behind only Giannis. He's number 4 in points as a Buck, and he's pretty close to jumping to 3. He's a champion. He's a multi-time All-Star. He's a big part of what revamped this Bucks franchise. I think that number's getting retired. Not to mention Michael Redd wore it proudly back in the day too, so you could kind of even make it a dual retirement if you wanted to. But Chris Middleton's number will be retired as a Buck.
I like it. Not a piggyback off of that. Does LeBron James get 3 jersey retirements for 3 franchises?
Have the Heat retired 6?
No, I'm saying like, does he? Will he?
Well, technically, isn't 6 like retired across? No, right? With like Bill Russell, didn't they talk about? Did they do?
They can't for the Heat, huh?
Yeah,
technically.
But I don't think his jersey gets retired at the Lakers.
No,
I mean it might, just from the fact that he broke like the points record and stuff.
And I mean they did win a championship.
Yeah, they did. So I mean, If he did that exact same thing on like pretty much every franchise besides Celtics, Lakers, it's a lock. But because it's the Lakers, I don't know.
It's tough.
Like how many numbers can you retire? All of a sudden, everyone's gonna be wearing like number 88.
Statue anywhere?
Cleveland for
Cleveland.
sure. Cleveland, but that's it.
That's it. Not Miami.
Nah, unless it was him. The only way it would be if it was the Wade lob to LeBron. That would be a dope statue.
True.
But it can't be LeBron without Wade.
No.
I don't think that would be fair.
No.
Okay. All right. Interesting questions. But yeah, so Chris Middleton giving him some love. I know you used to hate Chris Middleton. I think you came around as time went on.
Dude, I hated him way before he was good because you were just raving about him. And I was like, there's no way this guy's ever going to be good. And then here he is good.
I was right, man.
You were right.
Interesting career arcs, like, like second round pick, a no name on the Pistons. He was a throw in the trade when we traded away Brandon. Was that when we traded away Brandon Jennings or Brandon Knight? I don't know. Either way, it was when we traded Brandon Jennings for Brandon Knight, and then they threw Chris Middleton on top just because. And then he comes over to us, and he's a super useful player. And I was starting to gas him up at that point, saying like, yo, this dude's most underrated player in the league, should be an all-star. And then eventually he did do those things.
Yeah.
But a lot of Bucks fans hated on him for a long time. And he shut them all up by winning a title and dropping 40 a couple of those games. Like, I love Chris Middleton, dude.
Dude, what was that? Game 4? Was it game 4 against the Pacers?
Oh, this series where he hit the 2 game tying threes.
I was hyped, and I am not even a Bucks fan, and I was hyped.
Yeah, it's a shame we let him down. That was a great effort he had throughout the series, but shout out,
dude. Do you think the Bucks window's closing? Closing
for sure. It's closing. It's not closed because as long as you have Giannis and if he can be healthy for a playoff run, Jesus Christ, then it's open. But it's closing because the roster is aging. We have no assets.
You guys are old.
I know, dude. You don't got to tell me. I'm very aware, and it's very sad. But we got to run it back at least one more year with the Giannis Dame thing. Give it a shot, and then after that, all bets are off.
Is one championship in the Giannis era a failure?
Because
Giannis is going to be
the Bucks.
Dude, if Giannis had 3 rings, he'd be
top 10 player.
He'd be in the talks of GOAT.
Maybe not. I don't think so, just because he has holes in his game. Like it'd be more of a debate between who's better, Shaq or Giannis.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'd be on the Shaq level, but
so 8th to 10th best player type level.
Yeah,
but that's awesome. And
Shaq is the most dominant player ever, but he just can't be in that conversation. No. I love Shaq.
No, I hear you, dude. So I understand why it could be viewed as a failure, but it's Bucks kind of been a little bit snake bitten. And the year after we won the title and it looked like we were going to go back to back, we lost to the Celtics in 7 when Chris Middleton was out the whole series. We win the title, no doubt, that year. Like the Warriors, we would have swept the fucking Warriors, dude. And then after that, we fell apart against the Heat, and Giannis didn't play a couple of those games, but then this year he didn't play at all. So,
that's what I was saying. That's a take I'm going to put out there. That in basketball, there's no GOAT. There's no GOAT. There's no GOAT to basketball, dude. It's got to be categories for basketball.
What, greatest point guard versus greatest, or are you saying greatest of the thousands versus greatest of the tens?
No,
greatest.
You were saying you looked at for your question, right? Oh, championships, it was all Bucks. I mean, it was all Celtics. So if you want to look at winning championships, why does it automatically go, well, Jordan has 6? I don't think that is what makes him, quote, the greatest player of all time. Because Bill Russell has 11.
Kareem has 6.
So It's got to be categories. Like LeBron would probably be just statistics, I guess, and probably the best. He probably had the best peak, the best prime. Jordan's probably the best overall player. Kobe's the hardest worker. Shows you what an actual work ethic can do. Shaq's the most dominant player of all time. But, like, you can't consider Shaq a GOAT because he's a center. You know?
I mean, it's all relative. I guess I'd follow it up with my point being, or my empty the clip being, Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
But how?
I wasn't there for it, you know? So, like, this is, you know, it's mostly lore for me, you know? Obviously, a lot of it's based on, like, highlights and rewatching shit and The Last Dance and all that stuff. But I will say one thing that I can, like, have a personal, like, attesting to is no one denies that, like, Kobe was, like, you know, he models his game exactly after Jordan, right?
Yeah.
But then also everyone knows he did it, like, almost as well, but not as well. And just from watching Kobe, like, especially growing up, like, Kobe was fucking special, dude. And just thinking about a better version of him that won, you know, 6 championships in 8 years, winning finals MVP every year, and obviously did other things in his career before he started winning. Like, I can accept that.
Dude, but I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it does suck because we didn't actually get to witness it. But, like, Jordan didn't only play 6 years, you know?
I know, dude. But that's the thing. Like, what Jordan fans will tell you is that before he was winning championships, he was averaging like 35 points a game. So, like, it's not like he was a bum.
But you know what? He never made it to the championship until the Pistons got old. He never beat Larry Bird in the playoffs.
Because he was old.
You know, so did the path, like, is what the older generation's not telling us is that the path weakened for him to get in.
Yeah, I mean, but that's, you could say that for so many teams, dude.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
what are you gonna say? LeBron had a hard path in the East, beating the fucking DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry Raptors, beating the Mike Budenholzer Hawks, beating the Victor Oladipo Pacers.
He beat the Paul George Pacers.
He did, but okay, even that, young Paul George and Roy Hibbert and Lance Stevenson versus LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh. Come on. And Spoelstra, you know?
Dude, I'm just saying. I mean, like I said, I've kind of came around to more of the, I don't think there's a real GOAT of basketball because it's just so much more to the game than,
no, I mean,
like, I wouldn't say that LeBron's the GOAT anymore, but I would say he's got to have the best prime ever. The man was in 10 straight finals, you know? Win or lose, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's hard to say. Best prime, if you're saying, like, from looking at it a holistic consistency standpoint, yeah. But if you're going to say, like, single most dominant, then I think a lot of people would say Shaq. Like, in terms of, like, their prime where they're just the most unstoppable.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Shaq's hands down, I would never say, like, Shaq is the most dominant player ever.
Yeah.
For sure. But, like, that, when you say that, how does that not translate to being able to be in the discussion for GOAT just because he couldn't shoot free throws?
Yeah.
He didn't need to shoot threes or free throws to average 35 in the finals, you know?
Oh, I agree with you there. Like, yep. Like,
so, like, and he's got 4 rings.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I just think that the whole argument is just, it's all who do you like best?
Kind of, you know. My new GOAT's Kawhi. Can't
you know,
play.
You did say that Kawhi was, never mind.
Was what?
You said he was going to be more on track for GOAT talk than LeBron was. Look how that turned out. Huh?
When did I say that? When he
Probably
won
when we were freshmen.
Oh, yeah. When he was first emerging on the Spurs, I was a huge Kawhi dude, man. The year that the Spurs lost to the Heat is when I fell in love with Kawhi. All right. Well, okay. Fair take, though. Well, my other takes to get out there were also basketball related. I was going to say defense has returned to basketball, and the league will be better for it. Like, I think the next 10 years of basketball are going to be more fun than the previous 10 were.
I agree, dude. I think the league's in great hands.
I think so too. LeBron soft.
I'm really struggling with who I like better now.
SGA or Ant?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, don't forget about Luka, bro. Did you know Luka's younger than SGA?
I did not know that.
Only by a couple months, but
still.
People think he's kind of older because he's been around, but
dude, Luka's been a pro for 13 years.
Right. He's on that LeBron track.
I love you already know firsthand how much I love Luka.
Well, dude,
my thing with Luka is unless he can be a teammate, he can't win a championship.
Well, we'll really find that out this year.
Yeah. Because, when you look at it, Brunson's averaging 40 in the playoffs right now. He's carrying the Knicks single-handedly to probably the conference finals.
Right.
But him and Luka wouldn't have worked because they both have the play style of they need to be the guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hear you. And plus, even seeing like Kristaps, for example, like he's been back to a useful player, but when he was on the Mavs, he was super disappointing.
Yeah. Like, I love Luka.
Maybe he's just the new James Harden.
Yeah.
Except he does not like different, but
But the same.
New team.
Yeah. You can't. If he can, I don't know. He'll never win a championship if he doesn't change something.
I agree with you there. I agree with you 100%.
My favorite three players in the league are Shea and Luka for sure.
Well, yeah, if you're not counting like LeBron.
Well, yeah.
Your favorite under 30 guys?
My favorite new gen. I think the league's in great hands, to be honest.
Yeah, and plus we even talk about Wemby.
Nope. Shet, I hated Shet for his comment, but I mean he's backed it up.
He's
a good player.
Yeah. So the other thing is though, all those young guys we listed, this plays into my next take. The West will always be better than the East. Period. End of story.
Always.
The
always
East
has been.
East, the up-and-coming players, no disrespect, these are some great ball players, but it's the JTs of the world, the Jalen Brunsons of the world, like the Paolos, like those are all nice players. Like, don't get me wrong. Borderline stars or stars. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell, Giannis is probably the exception to that. And then, Embiid, but those are all great players, but Ant lighting the world on fire. SGA lighting the world on fire. Luka already has been, and Jokic is still like 27. And then Wemby, they've got the special. And the East has,
good players.
The Pacers.
Something I was just talking about with a buddy of mine. Jason Tatum doesn't have he should be good. He's soft. He doesn't have the killer mentality. He doesn't have the killer gene in him. He's a nice guy.
A nice guy that's always complaining to the refs.
Yeah, and that'll be what holds the Celtics back the most. He does all that Kobe talk, but he doesn't have that killer gene. Yeah.
No, I think you're right. And I do like Tatum. I give him a lot of shit sometimes, mostly because of Kyle. But
I mean, I like him too. But
he's like the sixth best player in the league.
Yeah, but
that's where he'll always be. He will never get higher.
No.
Okay.
But I agree with you. Defense is back. I think all of these young guys play defense. And
I like that about Ant and SGA.
Dude. Ant's a
dog.
Yeah. And Wemby, dude. Yeah,
so
league's in good hands.
My last empty the clip that I had kind of plays off of that too. In the NBA right now, there is no clear best player.
No.
Between Jokic, Giannis, I think Ant's making an argument all of a sudden, which is wild because we did not think that like 2 months ago. And then Luka, probably the fourth.
I definitely wouldn't think he was coming for
top. No.
And you know what we're forgetting about is Ja.
Right. Right. For sure.
Like
Zion, we can count him out because he's never going to play. But Ja, yeah. I don't know. I just don't know what to think of what's going to happen from him moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, if he can just keep his head in the game, I mean, dude, he's a baller. I mean,
Yeah.
he was fine after he came back, but he got hurt. You know, LaMelo, if LaMelo can stay healthy, he's a good player.
Bradley Beal. That's what LaMelo's a type of player like. He's a Bradley Beal point guard, basically. Going to make a lot of money, do some decent seasons on some shit teams, and then one of these days in his career, he'll go to somewhere good, and then everyone will be like, oh, it's going to be great, and it won't.
Sounds like you're a LaMelo Ball hater.
He's good. No, he's a good player, dude. But I just don't like when $250 million contracts go to players who haven't done anything in the league. He hasn't done anything.
I agree.
But the year and then nothing since.
He sells tickets, so they want to pay him.
He wins 23 games a year. Playing 50.
You know who king of money is in the NBA? Is John Wall. He made like 120 million and played 0 games
when he's on the Rockets.
Yeah,
that's hilarious, dude.
But yeah, I don't know why I thought of that. But what did you say? What did you just say? What did you just say? Like, what did you say before that? What were we talking about before LaMelo Ball? Oh yeah, best player in the league.
There isn't a clear one.
No,
it's very murky. Some people thought Jokic for large chunks of this year and the last finals run, but he's coming off like 3 straight bad playoff games.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes to like change your mind.
I mean, I've never thought he was like clear-cut best player in the league, though. Because you got Giannis. I thought it was Giannis, you know. We didn't talk about Devin Booker either. He's young. Clearly, you don't like Devin Booker. That's fine. Next topic.
He's just like the 12th best player in the league, you know, like.
These are the young guys, though.
Yeah, he's still like 27. JT's still only like 26, you know, like.
Yeah. So do you think that the future, well, you kind of said it, but do you think that the future generation will be considered better than the last one?
That's hard to say.
KD, Steph, Clay.
Don't say Clay. Not at that tier. KD. Did you say KD already?
Yeah. So do you think where would you put Embiid? This generation? Probably.
He's a tweener. Like him and Giannis are tweeners.
Yeah.
You know? That's hard to say. It's really gonna depend. It's way too early to tell because who knows? Wemby might just ascend to being like this unbeatable type of player to where we don't feel that way at all in 5 years. You know what I mean? So it really depends. It would be hard because even though I think it'll be a better age of basketball upcoming, it's going to be hard to topple the legend of LeBron and Curry and KD. And we forget about Kawhi even those.
Russell Westbrook too. Like
Russell Westbrook, right. Exactly. And that was a great era. Now, maybe it will be considered better. Yeah, Melo. Yeah. If you want to throw Melo in, if you want to.
On the Knicks, dude, he was.
Yeah. But the way it might be better is if there is 5, 6 guys vying for best player in the world status. Because LeBron obviously owned 15 years. You know what I mean? Some people would argue more. So from that standpoint, maybe it is better because there's more guys at that tier.
I agree.
There won't be a LeBron, I don't think.
No, unless
Ant, who knows?
I know. You don't know. But it's going to be hard for Ant to do that when you have Wemby and Ja and Shea and Jokic. But if he does, then I don't know.
Right.
It might be more competitive.
more parity, more different teams.
I don't know. I'm excited though, for sure.
Well, hopefully we get to talk about it again sometime.
Hopefully.
But that's all I got for today.
That's all I got for today.
And it's a bitter farewell. But again, I'm hoping it's a see you soon or see you later at the very least. And also, like, again, we're sunsetting here, but I'm not totally opposed to like a part-time type of deal in the future. We just can't do the weekly grind at this point with what's going on in life and whatnot and work and shit like that. But it's been a hell of a ride.
You did a great job.
I appreciate it, Drake.
Yeah.
You got us off the ground, and then I kept us in the air as long as I could.
As long as you could. But you know what? It was great. Like you said, hopefully it's temporary, but I'd be open to a part-time,
Yeah. I'm there with you. All right, well that'll be a wrap on the Last Rants. Thanks everyone for every time you've joined in. And until next time.
Until next time.